Okay, we should be live now.
So,
Hi, everyone.
welcome everyone. We are Autism Career Pathways. My name is Kevin. I'm one of the board members, and we're here to talk about our Better Communities projects today, and just kind of just showcase a couple things that we have going on. And meet some really interesting people as well. And so first up, I want to introduce our fearless leader, Macy Satantio. And she's the one, with the brains behind the project. And so I guess just to start, Macy, what does the certification process look like? If I'm a business owner and I'm like, hey, what is this, Better Communities? What does it take to get certified? What does that all look like?
Sure. Well, thank you, Kevin. So everyone, this is Kevin Koo. Kevin has been supporting me since even before I formed Autism Career Pathways, because Kevin and I, work with the same autistic population, and we also like to eat. So we're always thinking about restaurants, starting restaurants and having a place to actually as a job training center. So that's our dream. So thank you, Kevin, for the question. So Better Community is Autism Career Pathways' latest project. We launched in February, and it was put together by a team of neurodivergent people. And it took us 5 months to create the online resources. So in this team, we have 2 neurodivergent occupational therapists. And we also have Melanie Keeling, who will be sharing in a little bit. Melanie is the moderator and moderator of the Autistic Grandma on Facebook. We have someone with mobility restrictions, Tim Doran. We also have parents and community leaders. We have a few non-speaking autistic people, including a food reviewer. And lastly, we have a Black autistic father and community members who also shared his experiences out in the community. So when a business want to get sensory inclusive certified, it's very simple. They approach Better Community Certified on Instagram or email me. They can also find us through Autism Career Pathways website. And then they're given what we call an executive summary with just very simple step 1, 2, 3. The first step that they have to do is fill out the resource form that the team put together. It's very easy to digest, short video clips, a 1-page reading to cover 3 different areas. What is autism, communication, and sensory differences, just 3 different areas. And this form also will allow them to ask us questions because every business is different, and what they can implement within that business space is also different. We don't want to dictate you should do this and this and this for the neurodivergent community, but we want to empower businesses to be able to do it within their type of business and space, and therefore they're more likely to sustain, add more accommodations. So once they've completed the form, they're given Better Community best practices downloadable, and they can print it out. It includes a sensory inclusive checklist and accommodations idea. So that PDF downloadable can be shared with everyone working. It can be put in a binder for their customers who want to learn more about autism. So it's full of ideas, and we also brainstorm with them, with the business owner, and we check their place, whether we do it on Instagram Live or we do FaceTime. And once they have shown what they can do immediately as far as accommodations, then we spotlight their business. We do live Instagram. They can send us photos. For example, Books Inc., which you will see in a little bit, they have continue to add new accommodations, which is super exciting for me because they're actually technically done, but they continue to update me with a new tent and everything. So it's super exciting for me. And the idea is for each business to show other community businesses accommodation ideas through our social media platform, and hopefully then more businesses will follow suit. And today it's a fundraising campaign, so the donations that you can give us helps me to hire more neurodivergent people to find more businesses in our community and help me check the process, because there's like certain process on their part as well as on our part. If I have more help, then we can grow faster. So that's that.
Nice. So sorry, just ad lib a little bit, but I was curious to, how many businesses have you been working with, and like roughly like what are the locations as well? Because it's not just
that's a really good question. So originally I was just thinking about the Bay Area, but because of social media, we actually have businesses in Colorado, in Iowa. We have one chocolate cafe in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. But it's what's nice about using Instagram as a platform. I can create like groups, like so for Malaysia, for Indonesia, San Francisco Bay Area, and so on. So it just stays there forever on our Instagram account. So then people can just find local businesses to them. So yeah, it looks like it's turning out to be statewide and also even outside of but it's interesting just to see who's interested. But my goal is really to reach out and educate community at large and people who don't know much about autism, because it's the autism and autistic community are still very small and most people don't know about autism. Yeah.
definitely cool.
Oh, and then this is my next cue is Melanie Keeling is another one. Hi, Melanie. You have been there for me and with me since even my formal diagnosis. You were probably one of the few people that I share my bigness with, but you were always there, and we've done like online autistic art auction last year during the pandemic. So I want to really thank you for being supportive of like my crazy ideas.
No, I've enjoyed it all. You're one of those people that's the heart of gold that everyone's searching for, and because of the internet, we can look all over the world for that. And I found you, and you found me.
We found each other. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, so Melanie Keeling is a meme master. And I don't know how you make memes, but you are the meme. That's why other people who followed you, whenever your name comes up, and people always say, oh yeah, I know Melanie, she's the meme master on Facebook. And Melanie runs a very large, very well respected account on Facebook called Autistic Grandma. So if you're new to that, you don't follow Melanie, you have to follow her for sure. So Melanie, I have a couple of questions for you. The first question is, as an autistic parent with multiple autistic family members, can you tell us the challenges of being able to join your community, to go out, to leave the house?
Oh, it's an in and out thing. It's like a military mission where you get in and you get out and you get home, because there's just nothing, especially in my town, there's nothing to do, and other than going out for a walk in the woods, where you can experience any kind of sensory relief, or even just have a decent time because of the sensory differences. And everyone's is different. I have 4 kids and they're all different. And then there's me too. And so it's been difficult. We go almost nowhere. I bring
Yeah.
everything to us, or we go on an occasional trip out, but
Yeah, it's very hard because of like meltdowns. Can you tell us a little bit about uh, why do autistic people tend to have meltdowns when they leave the house?
well, it's when you're inside your home, if it's done right, it's a sensory environment that's pleasing to you. And so children maybe won't have so many meltdowns at home. Well, you take them out of the house and then it becomes unpredictable. And most places don't understand the triggers to someone with hypersensitivities to sound, smell, light, fabrics, anything. It could be anything that could trigger the meltdown. And then, of course, when the meltdown starts, then you got to get out. And that is a whole nother. And so sometimes it's just easier to stay home.
Yeah.
That's not what we want to do, though. We want to go out. I've got all kinds of money to spend. You know how I get my things? I order them from Amazon and I have them shipped to my house. So I don't have to go walk around in this store or that store because I know what it will do to my kids. It's not that it embarrasses me, it's that it's painful for my children, I wish businesses could see it through our eyes, maybe just use this empathy and look and really sniff your place, look at it, listen to it, and just try to use your imagination. But with this program, you've got people helping you to do that. And then you're going to draw in a whole another group of people that you otherwise wouldn't be reaching.
Yeah. So you touched a little bit about the benefit of any businesses in our community to learn about how to be more neurodivergent welcoming. Are there any pluses or benefits for our businesses and organizations such as the YMCA or like schools or libraries to learn about sensory inclusive ideas and actually implement them?
I think that it would benefit them greatly to even if we'll just talk about financially. We're not just dealing with autistic people. We have a whole spectrum of people, from bipolar people, schizophrenic people, people with ADHD, ADD, autism. By doing this, you're welcoming in those people, and then the word will spread, word of mouth. I mean, if I want something good to happen to some business, all I got to do is say it on my blog. Like such and such business is doing this great thing, and it's going to bring you profit. It's worth the money to invest it.
Yes, that's correct. And also, maybe I can share a little bit about numbers. So 1 in 44 children will be diagnosed with autism, according to CDC. And also over 85% of autistic college graduates are unemployed or underemployed. And I think the rate is bigger than that because after a while, looking for a job, autistic people just give up. So what you were saying, that being more welcoming to all kinds of neurotypes actually benefits everyone because we live in our community together.
Right.
Right.
I mean, besides the benefit for the individual, it only takes one good experience to bring, because autistic people like to do things a certain way all the time. So if I go to a coffee shop and I have a great experience, next week on the same day, I'm going to want to go back again and again.
That's correct.
That's where my money's going to be going.
That's
and
correct.
Then I'll tell this autistic friend or that bipolar friend. And it's not just autistics.
Yes.
I mean, if you want to say neurotypical people, they don't want to be in the stinky, smelly noise either.
Right.
And so
Yeah, so
I'm
it
not saying that
benefits.
do it for
Yeah.
everyone. I'm just saying for everybody, it would be better anyhow.
Yes. So autistic people, we tend to repeat the same actions or go to the same places. So once we know there are places in the community where we feel welcome and we get the accommodations we need, we would just keep going back to that business.
Yes.
So it's great for businesses. So everyone should get better community certified for sure.
I think so.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Melanie, for popping in and sharing with everyone a little bit about your family. So I thank you for your support.
Thank you, Daisy.
Yeah, thank you. Kevin, oh, actually, it's Barb's turn. Okay.
Thank you so much, Macy. Thank you all, first of all, for being on our Facebook Live broadcast today. I'm Barb Kassendorf, another proud member of the Autism Career Pathways Board of Directors. Just like Macy and Kevin, I'm happy to talk about ACP's Better Communities Certification Program. Helps businesses promote a more diverse and inclusive culture, and therefore making a greater impact in their own communities. At a time when employers are concerned about a lack of workers, our certification program fosters business accommodations so they won't miss out on this segment of our population. People with autism have a great deal of value and unique skill sets that they can provide a company who makes these small accommodations. With this, I hope you see the value for both businesses and other corporations in this important initiative. With this, though, we do ask you, would you consider donating to Better Communities? We need to be able to expand and continually develop this program and continually perfect how we're delivering this program as well. So any donation you can make, whether it's a small donation, a recurring monthly donation, everything is appreciated. Please consider. First of all, you can donate through our website, autismcareerpathways.org/donate. Then let's move on to the next portion of our program before I take too much time asking for money. Next, we have Robin Stern, who is a parent of an autistic person, and she created sensory accommodations at her Books Inc. location in Campbell, California. And Books Inc. has 10 locations in and around the Northern California region. Let's take a moment and hear from Robin right now, please.
I was so interested that Maisie's organization is encouraging businesses to being more inclusive to neurodivergent individuals. As a parent of autistic children who are now adults, I see the importance of this.
What are the changes you think? I know that you have the signage.
So when I first saw your list, I thought, oh good, this is great. Some of these things I think we've always kind of incorporated into our welcoming nature of the store.
Yeah.
I was happy to see that our lighting, I think, is pretty good.
I think it's good.
I don't see any flickering, so I'm really happy about that. Sound-wise, we usually have music playing that is usually classical, something without words, which I find that's kind of less distracting kind of an atmosphere. Sometimes other people put on music, but one of the things I want customers to be able to be empowered to say is it okay if you turn down the music or if you turn off the music?
Yeah. I was actually thinking, looking at your lanyard, that's what it's called, right? You could have a few of those for kids, non-speaking kids, so they can wear it, and that way your staff can, wherever they are in the store, you know, your staff can support them.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
So, and I have about 50 to 80 people that come. So
Really?
definitely, yeah.
Wow.
Definitely don't want them packed in here. But so what's
Yes.
great about that space is it actually provides a gradient of noise and stimulation.
Right.
Because if you are going to hang back and you're getting a little bit quieter, you're not getting as much stimulation. And what's really cool is you see the balcony over there. Sometimes I'll have kids that will go up there and they can look down on story time and get a lot more distance away from other kids.
But it's also great for neurodivergent children because they have room to stand up and move.
Yes.
So I think that's a perfect spot to do your story time.
I highly not encourage, but what I do is I do not shame any movement. So in the middle of a story, kids are like getting up and running towards those blue gorillas out there. I don't know if you saw those coming in. I know it sounds weird saying, "Hey, there's some blue gorillas out there," but if you look out there, you can see these gorillas are just this nice little feature that's not really a playground, but people treat it like a playground.
Yeah.
It's very fun. Very engaging. And then this is our kids area, which I haven't looked at since I've gotten back, so it's kind of thrashed.
Right.
But what I just added is just a folding chair, but I want something here too. Kids love.
I'm thinking of like a teepee or
Yes.
where they can go in there when they get some sensory overload experiences, and they can go in there and you can have things in there.
We just moved the parenting section here, which I love because kids are occupied. They can look at that. Another noise concern that we have, and we're not quite sure how to tackle this, is above us is Kyoto Palace, the restaurant. And between now and let's say 1 p.m., they're moving furniture a lot.
Really?
It sounds like a bowling alley.
But you can maybe provide like just like a headset, like a couple of them at the store, just in case.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, we can try and source just some ones that we
Just
can
a
wipe
couple
up.
of them. They're inexpensive, and you can have it behind the counter.
Yeah.
Just in case.
That's a great idea. And I strongly encourage everyone in our community to think about how they can be more inclusive to everyone. Because when you're inclusive to people that are autistic, you're inclusive to so many more people. This is our community. This is important, and I am so excited that Books Inc. is supportive of me in trying to make things more inclusive. We're going to work hard to make sure that everyone's comfortable.
Hi, everybody. Barb Kassendorf back here again. Still happy to be with you. And we heard a very powerful message from Robin. She set such a great example of her business's commitment to providing these small sensory accommodations for neurodivergent people. She truly believes, as we all do, that these business accommodations are good for everyone, not just the neurodivergent. They touch the publicly and demonstrate an understanding of autistic needs. They expand their own employment opportunities, and they promote an overall more inclusive business culture. But once again, I have to reiterate, ACP needs your support so that we can continually improve this business certification program, and we can expand it to perhaps even your community. If you can please consider donating any amount, we can expand and deliver this to more communities. And don't forget your tax donation, your donation is in fact tax deductible. Also, I want to point out, if your employer happens to add a matching program, you can donate on to Better Communities on benevity.org, and therefore get a match automatically from your company. In any way that you choose, we hope you'll consider donating today. We all want to make the world a more accepting place for the autistic and neurodivergent community. Next, we have a video from Paul Loudon. Paul is a published autistic author, public speaker, radio show host, and a powerful autism advocate. Let's hear from Paul now.
Hi, my name is Paul Loudon, and I'm a member of the board here at Autism Career Pathways. I'm also on the autism spectrum, and I wanted to stop and take a minute to talk with you guys about why I feel what ACP is doing is so important here with the Better Communities project. One of the challenges facing us out there, being individuals on the spectrum, is that working can feel dangerous. Being in public at all can feel dangerous. When you're struggling with autism, you have a lot of unknowns that create difficulties for you. And so going into a workplace and getting a job, or creating a workplace, starting a company, in anything that involves interacting with other people, requires you not only to do the tasks associated with that job, to be, equal to your peers, because you want to be a good contributing employee. So you feel, okay, I should be contributing to the company as much as any other person does. But you also have a struggle where most workplaces don't have any accommodations for someone with autism, or if they are a workplace trying to accommodate someone with autism, they don't know what accommodations are helpful. They can't make useful suggestions. They really just don't have the tools, infrastructure, or information in place to really make it possible for you to work there at a level of comfort similar to other employees. And so if you go into a workplace as someone with autism, even if the job perfectly suits you, if you are going to a tech job and you are someone who knows programming inside and out, you speak the right programming language for them, etc., you go there and there will inevitably be, points of friction, challenges, things that make it harder, be it, whether they use fluorescent lights and you can hear the 60 hertz hum that bothers you and nobody else, or just other aspects of the workplace, whether you're expected to socialize outside workplace hours and, go to team building events and things like that, or just whatever it is. It can be all kinds of things. They can create a challenge for someone on the spectrum to really be able to integrate and to perform at your best. And so all of us on the spectrum, we need workplaces that understand the kind of challenges we face. They may not know our individual personal challenges, but they understand the kind of challenges. They have training both for your direct superior, the command chain upwards from that, as well as those parallel to you and below you, so that the burden of ensuring that the workplace is suitable for all employees and is capable of adapting and interfacing well with all employees, allowing us to be the strong and useful employee that we want to be, that we're capable of being, means that we want to see workplaces where there is a degree of knowledge about autism. You don't have to be experts, but having a certification like this, having a program that allows a workplace to know sort of what to expect, to know how to communicate and interact with someone who's struggling, how to listen to them, believe what they say is happening, and work with them. This really allows you to create workplaces that those of us on the spectrum we can approach without the same level of fear, without the same level of preemptive exhaustion, knowing that we're going to have to do all this extra work, because we know that this workplace has said, hey, we want you here, to the point where not only do we just say we want you here, but we've actually put in some work to make sure that this place is as inviting for you as it is for other employees, for people who don't have your challenges. And the kind of relief, the kind of anxiety reduction that allows us to just work our best, that knowing that can have, I don't even have the words to describe it to you. So I just want to leave you with this idea that this kind of work that is being done here, it can be genuinely life-saving. It can be a fresh air. It can be just a level of relief that I've done my best to put into words, but still feels wholly inadequate. So thank you for your time, and I seriously consider you. I sincerely hope that you consider contributing and helping us make this dream a reality. Thank you very much.
Barb Kassendorf back here. I want to point out that I don't think Paul was was shy at all about, or ineffective at all about promoting this program and the need for promoting this program more expansively. Along with Paul, Macy, and Paul, Macy, and Robin, we're all very proud and excited to engage with businesses to help them expand employment opportunities and diversify their business culture and make accommodations in their workspaces. So finally, if you can, please consider supporting this important initiative with a donation of any amount. We want to help promote the importance of this program and expand it to other businesses and communities as well. Remember, your tax donations are probably tax deductible. Your donations are tax deductible. Dyslexia of the mouth there. You can donate at tinyurl.com/ACP donate. And if your employer itself has a matching program, you can donate to Better Communities at benevity.org. I think that's going to be posted in our chat page, and that will automatically initiate a match from your employer. In summary, with ACP and Better Community, we firmly believe that everyone can work different together. Thank you for your time. We appreciate your tuning into our Facebook Live broadcast.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Barb, Kevin, Pete. Bye.